Live streaming. All right, so we already are familiar with the whole Young Thug situation, right? We're familiar with that. We're familiar with it, right? So Young Thug appeared in court with other people from the YSL crew for a RICO case for a bond hearing. This was yesterday. They had Kevin Liles in court. Kevin Liles is the co-founder of 300 Entertainment, and he took the stand so he could vouch for him. While he's on the stand, um, he's crying, and of course, before they even get a chance to ask him, he explains why. I'm kind of emotional because of how good this guy is. I'm willing to back him personally and professionally. He says this whole thing that people are talking about is not him. The Jeffery I know, he'll give me the clothes off his back. The Jeffery I know, I can give him my kids and he'll give me his kids. Young Thug's attorney also proposed a strict. Now, look, this is what they're doing, right? They're totally trying to break him down completely. All right. We got a chance to see kind of what they did with Casanova. We got a chance to see, but the feds have different tactics, different cases, different individuals, different types of power, different ranks, different types of money. It's different things for different people in different situations. So you get a chance to see the aggression, this type of aggression, though, that the feds are putting down. So look, Young Thug's attorneys came to them with a proposal of strict home confinement if the rapper was given the bond. This includes a 24-hour police surveillance. This is what they laid out for the Fed. This is what they laid out. Young Thug's attorney laid this out for them. My client will do 24-hour police surveillance, a drug testing whenever, visitors pat down, dog searches, video footage of the property at all times, right? This is where it gets dirty, right? Kevin Liles, he comes out and says he would propose $1 million that the security would cost after a prosecutor asked, quote, the court could have you sign as a cosigner on that bond and you would actually have a lien against your wealth if Mr. Williams, aka Young Thug, violates conditions of body. Are you still willing to do that? Now look at this. Look how they talking. Look at the language they use. When a person talks to me like that, when I'm talking to you and we are having a barter or a situation where we're discussing something that could become something that's becoming, and you say something to me like, are you still willing to do this? Or you ask me a question like, you sure you want to do this? Like for reassurance, like you're trying to get me to affirm. I feel like that is a play that people in position of power use when they know they have the opportunity to pull the rug right from under you. And it puts you on a side where it makes you a little even more, you feel a little bit more funny now because you're like, damn, okay, I'll answer you. But what if I answer you and you still deny me? Prime example. Kevin Liles says, yes, I'm willing to put myself on the line for him. He's like a son to me. Without hesitation, I will do it. And what happens? Young Thug is ultimately denied. Okay? Good day, Rain. They ultimately deny Young Thug his bond. Prosecutors argued that Young Thug is the head of YSL, adding that he's the, quote, top dog, the most dangerous, the man here, because he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. He has others to do his business, right? And then they also, this is the crazy part, right? Let me change this. Let me change this up. Yeah, because this is what it is right here. prosecutors saying that they got statements from YSL members. That's the crazy part. But this is what the prosecutor. What's crazy is what they're saying. Not only that they have statements, it's what they're saying that's within the statements that sounds very damaging. So let me give me a second. This is bugged out. I hope this is not the case, but usually they're not trying to use that as a tactic for anyone to break, because they know that's not gonna work. You know, the feds usually they're not trying to play you out with like something like this. This is a minute tactic, because they know that's nothing. Like, if they want him that bad and they know he's this dangerous, or they feel he allegedly this dangerous, then they're not going to use little tactics like that, because they know for sure they say something like that, it's probably not a tactic. They probably put these dudes under pressure, told them what was up against them, what they have to lose, the years they're facing. Because you know the feds, they don't really tell you, oh, you're about to get 30 years. They'll just tell you, oh, you're about to serve 360 months. You be like, what? You be like, what's that? Now you running. Not everybody was good at math, so you know people are running around. What's that? I got 300, nigga. You got 30 times 12. You got 30 years. Okay, it's 12 months in the year. You got 30 years. When you hear numbers like that, you be like, well, why are they doing that? And that's another thing the feds will do to you and have you all confused. When they talk numbers to you like that, you are about to get 180 months. Now you're like, hold on, 12 times. Now you're trying to figure it out. What do I have? Why would they do that? What are they giving me? It's quiet. You understand? Like, that's it. 15 years. Like, nobody wants to deal with this. But if you're looking at it, they're telling him, they're saying they got statements saying that from YSL gang members saying that he is dangerous. They're afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will kill them and their families. And that one person added in the statement, he's the only one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. He's pulling the shots. Now, if they were to press and say, you know what? We want to go to trial. We want to expose this information. Because now, let's just say the feds are trying to throw the wool over his eyes, and some of this evidence that they're allegedly saying that they are in possession of may not be true. But in trial, all evidence must be exposed. You understand? Everything must be exposed in your discovery. So, if they go to trial and they don't have the sufficient evidence that they're saying, and Thug's attorneys feel like that this is kind of fabricated bullshit, and they're going off of little things to try to make it seem big, which is, then he has the opportunity to come down on terms, maybe get lesser time. But 9 times out of 10, the feds usually get people to cop out to something. And that's why the conviction rate is so high, because people are copping out. Because, you know, when they come to the table with something and they tell you, hey, this is what we have against you, a lot of the times it's so severe. But now when they have you for so long, if they feel like they can get a certain amount out of you, they might decrease your time. But then again, who wants to talk? Nobody wants to talk. Well, I'm sorry. People that I would be around would not want to talk. I can't speak for everybody, but I know me. And this is also the case when you're around people a lot of the times. When you're constantly around people, large groups of people, matter of fact, let me rephrase that, because words are very powerful. When people are always around you, let me say that. Let me say that. Because when you are it, when it's your time, during the week, during the month, during the year, whenever you are it, whenever it's time for you to put on, and there's large groups of people that are constantly showing up around you, you're on the radar. Whenever you are also around a lot of people all the time, and those people are on the radar, you get on that radar and everyone else's radar. Why? Because you're always showing up under people who constantly are being watched. And having this issue will bring you co-defendants. This is why a lot of the times certain OGs from back in the day that were busting moves, there were a lot of people that knew them, and then there was a lot of people that never heard of them before and was like, nah, I never heard of this dude. Or they saw them and didn't think nothing of it because these OGs were so smooth with their operation and how they did things. They made sure that they was in and out. There was no time for conversation. There's no time for sitting here talking. There's no time because I know that this government is out here doing shady stuff. I know the government is out here taking pictures. So this is why a lot of these older people, you didn't hear about them. You hear stories about them, be like, what? Why I hear this dude's name, but I ain't never seen this dude? Because they was in and out. And that's the best way to be. That's the best way to be. Unfortunately, as much as I would love for people to learn from these situations, unfortunately, I want people to learn, but unfortunately, we are going to have others who are going to go through this because it seems like they're on a roll right now with grabbing people up. And it's not like, every single year pretty much we can pinpoint sometime the feds was like, okay, it's time for us to get somebody, or some people. We can pretty much pinpoint. We can go back every single year in the timeline and pinpoint and say, oh, damn, that's when they grabbed him up. Oh, this is when Fat Joe got grabbed up for the tax evasion. Oh, this is when Murder Inc. got grabbed up for this. Oh, this is when they raided the record spot over here. Oh, this is when they came and ran up in DJ Drama spot. We could go back year after year after year and just pick days and times when the feds have said, you know what, it's time for us to go after this constantly. Just a reminder, you guys watch Snowfall. We know Ricky Freeway Ross, played by Franklin on the show. He's another person who told us probably about 20 to 25 years ago, maybe more, that the FBI and the CIA had a big interest in hip hop and entertainment. And they wanted to make sure that they could basically get a hold of it. And that's what they're doing. That's what they've been doing. Let me know how y'all feel about this, man. This is really what I was just waiting for. I was waiting for this hearing to see if he would get bond. He got denied. They made him go through all of this. They had all of these people come up there for the hearing. All of this, all of these questions and all of these things, make people go through all of this just to deny him. So we'll see what happens. Let me know how y'all feel. Love, life, and loyalty is the motto. Stay safe, stay real, stay true. You rock with me, I rock with you. Peace.